Let's not talk.
I can't help it. This just feels so right, and I don't want anything to mess it up.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the funniest movie sex scenes. We're focusing on racy activity, real or imagined, that is intentionally played for laughs. Number 30, I Am Your Father, Hot Tub Time Machine.
Aren't you coming to my room today?
No, I gotta take my clothes off and get in a hot tub with these guys.
Traveling back to 1986 via hot tub, it happens, Jacob not only encounters a younger version of his mother, but he also meets his father. Meets might not be the right word, as Jacob's dad has been beside him the whole time. Nobody realizes Jacob's parentage until Lou is pulled out of Kelly. With Jacob suddenly vanishing, everyone connects the dots.
Oh my god. I get it. I'm his father.
Well, everyone except Kelly, although she's still willing to finish. The others awkwardly wait outside as Lou ensures that his son will be born, turning Shia LaBeouf into a profanity in the process. Jacob resurfaces, but just because Lou created him doesn't mean he's letting his dad off the hook for banging his mom, not to mention being an absentee father.
I'm gonna tell everybody in prison that I traveled back in time to kill my own father!
Jacob, get off him!
Number 29, Shut the Back Door, the to-do list.
Front door, Amber.
Shut the back door, Brandy.
Not the back door. Not the back door.
What?
There's doors we don't do. The back door's one of them.
Few scenarios are more embarrassing than having a family member interrupt an intimate moment. Unfortunately for the Clark family, this is a common occurrence. An underwhelming sexual experience is made even more traumatizing when Brandy spots her parents doing it in the adjacent car. The mortified patriarch returns home only to find his other daughter, Amber, on the receiving end of a Willie. We mean that in more ways than one, since the guy's name is Willie.
Hey, Mr. Clark. Hey, I'm Willie.
Judge,
that's right.
Judge Clark.
No matter how many cringy encounters he endures, nothing prepares George Clark for an ill-fated visit to Brandy's college. For all the talk of front and back doors, the real lesson here is to lock all doors, or at least put a tie on the knob.
Hey, they're doing a clam bake with the...
Dad?
I said not the back door. There's doors we don't do. The back door's one of them.
Number 28, Like a Virgin. Weird, the Al Yankovic story. Weird Al and Madonna were a romantic item? Well, if it's in a music biopic, then it must be 100% accurate.
Do I know you?
Madonna. Ring any bells?
Knowing that his parody songs can increase sales for the originals, Madonna seeks the Yankovic bump with a Yankovic hump. Daniel Radcliffe and Evan Rachel Wood look more like they're dressed for Halloween, rather than genuine artifacts. Make it even sillier as the gum-chomping Madonna seduces the muscular Al.
Al Yankovic. Are you playing with me?
Yes.
The intentionally sappy dialogue quickly escalates to the bedroom, where Al makes Madonna feel like a virgin, even though this is far from the first time she's been touched. Al might not realize it yet, but the minute he opened the door to Madonna, the seed for Like a Surgeon was planted.
See, that's what I love about you. You know what you want, and you know how to get it. Just like me.
Number 27, Hooking Up with Hope, Booksmart. We weren't anticipating Amy and Hope to hook up, one being introverted and the other brutally sarcastic. When both tell each other off in the bathroom, though, there's an undeniable spark.
You are a badass who takes no prisoners and cries in the bathroom at parties.
Despite getting off on the wrong foot, this scene is surprisingly sweet and romantic, as Amy finds comfort in an unexpected place. The audience is thus caught off guard when the scene takes a sharp turn into gross-out comedy. Feeling a little anxious, Amy takes a swing of a drink, and something else comes out. Good thing a shower is right there, but it does kill the mood.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Ew! Are you okay?
Since Amy leaves her underwear behind, Hope is given an excuse to visit her later, picking up where they left off.
I don't usually leave my underwear in places that aren't my room.
Number 26, Dead Sexy, Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. With a title like that, we knew somebody would get shagged. We just didn't think it would be Dr. Evil and Frau Farbissina, marking the conception of Scott.
Dr. Evil, I don't want this to interfere with our work.
Don't worry, Mama. Things won't get weird.
As weird as that is, Felicity shagging Fat Bastard is the most jarring sight. The film would earn the makeup team an Oscar nomination, and this scene is a testament to why they arguably should have won.
I'm dead sexy. Look at my sexy body. Oh, yeah.
We mean, just look at the detail. Or don't, if you can't stomach it. Tasked with planting a homing device on the chicken grease Scotsman, it isn't enough for Felicity to sleep with him. As Fat Bastard fills his belly to the brim, Felicity must go for his bottom. Stealing Austin's mojo is one thing, getting frisky with his girl is another.
Remember, by any means necessary.
Must have eaten them already. Ooh! Frisky are we?
Number 25, Missing Reel, Planet Terror. Being a love letter to exploitation cinema, we expect a film like Planet Terror to include a gratuitous sex scene. The movie doesn't disappoint, until director Robert Rodriguez cheekily trolls the audience. Although all hell is breaking loose and one of them recently lost a leg, El Rey and Cherry Darling feel there's still time to release their sexual tension.
I was gonna give it to you, but you left me. You took the jacket. And I looked for it for 2 weeks.
After putting a ring on her finger, El Rey takes Cherry to bed. Before this scene can reach its climax, a reel goes missing. Skipping over most of the sex is already funny, but it isn't just the film that goes up in flames. In the next scene, the barbecue joint is on fire, leaving the viewer to fill in the blanks. Number 24, Supernatural Seduction, Dark Shadows. It might not have been one of Tim Burton's more well-received films. Regardless, there are moments in Dark Shadows where the director's morbid inventiveness and twisted humor shine through.
What is that thing?
It's a lamp.
It looks like a pulsating blood urn.
The best example is when the vampire, Barnabas Collins, confronts the witch, Angelique Bouchard. There may be bad blood between them, but Angelique hasn't aged a day, and Barnabas has needs, despite being undead. Giving into temptation, the two do it everywhere, and we mean everywhere. The floor, the walls, the ceiling, no corner of the room is left untouched or unscratched. It's so chaotic that it's easy to miss little details, like one shot where Angelique suddenly has more than 2 arms to maximize pleasure. It's a love-hate romance bound to end in regret.
That was a regrettable turn of events.
Number 23, Sex While Pregnant, Knocked Up. Following a drunken one-night stand, Allison is convinced that she won't be inviting Ben back into her bed.
All right, then. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Bye. Take care.
See ya.
Since that hookup resulted in a pregnancy, though, the two decide to give the relationship a chance. The plus side is that Ben doesn't have to worry about condoms now that Allison is already with child. Allison's pregnancy does bring up some uncomfortable questions in the bedroom, however. Ben has reservations about getting on top, afraid that he might crush or poke the baby.
I'm gonna crush the baby, I know it.
This is ridiculous. Why are we on?
There's no shell in there, you know.
Millions of people have sex when they're pregnant.
I know.
I don't know how it works. It just works, okay? Just do it.
They try reversing positions, although Allison now feels like she's on display.
I can't focus like this. I look disgusting from this angle. I can feel you looking up at my chins. I know I look gross.
Exploring a third option, Ben freaks out again when the baby kicks his hand, seeing it as a sign to stop. The moo was already killed anyway.
The baby, it kicked my hand.
Oh, no, it always kicks.
No,
it's fine.
not like this. No,
It's fine. Just keep going.
It was a warning kick.
Fine.
This was a bad kick.
Number 22, It's All Slippery, Step Brothers. Alice has had a thing for Dale ever since he punched out her husband out of a treehouse.
I want you to know that tonight I am going to pleasure myself to the image of you doing that to Derek.
Apparently, their initial meeting was Alice's idea of being bashful. She's even more outgoing when she creeps up behind Dale in the bathroom, leading to them having slippery sex against the sink. Granted, it looks more like two people rubbing against each other, but Alice very directly calls it sex. We're not sure what's stranger, the spontaneity of this hookup, or how it somehow works in a reference to The Outsiders.
I love you. Stay golden, pony boy.
Before we can question any of this, Alice throws another curveball with the proclamation that she has to pee. She heads straight for the urinal, even though there are multiple empty stalls.
Oh my God. You're incredible.
Number 21, Eating Out, Sausage Party. Some couples like to work a little food into their lovemaking. The climax of Sausage Party cuts out the middleman. Watching Frank and Brenda consummate their relationship, the others decide to live in the moment as well. Lavash enters Sammy's bagel hole, while Teresa goes for Brenda's taco. Everyone soon gets in on the action. Even Barry finds a bun who fits him just right.
Somebody sit on you?
I got smushed.
By the end, there isn't a dry shelf left in the whole store. We know they're animated food products, but this somehow feels more graphic than two humans going to town on each other. The filmmakers were surprised by what they got away with, although the censors did insist that Lavash be a tad less hairy.
That was amazing.
I was okay, but you were amazing.
Number 20, Hot Hotel, Bad Teacher. A generation of 90s kids grew up with a poster of Justin Timberlake in their bedrooms. That's what makes his turn as an awkward substitute in 2011's Bad Teacher comedy gold.
Miss Halsey,
Hey.
I'm impressed.
Thanks, I've been working
What
out.
a turnout.
Oh yeah, and the kids are just having a blast.
Cameron Diaz stars as Elizabeth, a hard-partying teacher who doesn't care much about her job. When she meets Timberlake's wealthy Scott, she's determined to seduce him. The two finally hook up on a field trip in Scott's hotel room. The encounter leaves Elizabeth less than satisfied and is one of the most awkwardly funny sessions ever put to film.
Maybe next time, we can dry hump without our clothes on.
I'm pretty sure I'd like that.
Number 19, Pleasure Town, Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy. When is a sex scene not a sex scene? In Anchorman, Will Ferrell plays the buffoonish news anchor and ladies' man Ron Burgundy.
I'm Ron Burgundy?
Damn it! Who typed a question mark on the teleprompter?
He meets his match when his network hires Veronica Corningstone, played by the incomparable Christina Applegate. Eventually, hate transforms and the rivals fall in love. The scene where they consummate their attraction is both hilarious yet shockingly tame. Instead of a sex scene, director Adam McKay opted for an animated sequence where Ron and Veronica ride into Pleasure Town on a pair of unicorns. Set to Tom Jones, the scene is wildly out of place and incredibly funny because of it.
The most glorious rainbow ever!
Do me on it!
Number 18, Faking Making It, Easy A. Easy A is the story of Olive Pendergast, a high school girl trying to survive a promiscuous reputation.
My name is an anagram for I love.
What's an anagram?
Look it up, big boy.
The catch? She's never actually slept with anyone. Olive blurts out a lie thanks to some peer pressure. Unfortunately, a prudish classmate then starts an attack campaign against her. She confesses the truth to her friend Brandon, who is tormented at school because he's gay. Brandon persuades Olive to pretend to have sex with him. If he sleeps with a girl while everyone is listening at a house party, maybe his peers will finally lay off. Olive agrees, and the two proceed with the plan. They simulate sex sounds for the whole party, and it's as ridiculous and over the top as it sounds.
You smell that?
Oh! Ew, 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 ew,
Number 17, Body Slamming, Bruce Almighty. Bruce Almighty is chock full of absurdity, but there's one thing about the film that's incredibly realistic. If a man is imbued with the power of God, there's a good chance he'll use those powers in the bedroom.
What are these?
They're a new breed, cross-pollination between tulips and daisies. I call them to-daisies.
After complaining about God's plan, TV reporter Bruce Nolan is given all of God's powers to see if he can do any better. Played by Jim Carrey at his manic best, Bruce starts by trying to improve his own life. He gives his girlfriend Grace, played by Jennifer Aniston, a night she'll never forget. The stars themselves are moved by the fire of Bruce's passion. His powers manage to get Grace going when they're not even in the same room.
Don't rush yourself. Sometimes anticipation can heighten the pleasure.
Number 16, Mail Truck Boot Knocking. Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. Don't Be a Menace is an absurdist comedy, telling the story of two cousins as they navigate a surreal version of LA.
So will I see you again?
Sorry, baby. You know there ain't no positive black females in these movies.
The film was a precursor to many parody comedy movies of the following decade, like Scary Movie, many of which also starred the Wayans brothers. Marlon Wayans' Loke Dog meets a shy girl named Keisha at a party and invites her for some fun in his mail truck. The encounter immediately spirals out of control when Keisha reveals her true nature, an Exorcist-inspired demon. Yikes.
Let's get it on.
Number 15, Tim and Katie Try It All, Tim and Eric's Billion-Dollar Movie. Eric Wareheim and Tim Heidecker worked together as the comedy team Tim and Eric. Their cult classic sketch show, Tim and Eric Awesome Show, Great Job, ran on Adult Swim for 3 years. Their follow-up film, Tim and Eric's Billion-Dollar Movie, was unfortunately a flop at the box office. Despite that, the film contains one of the most memorable sex scenes ever.
Listen, wanna go inside?
Okay.
When Eric falls for a mall employee named Katie, Tim sleeps with her to help Eric get over his obsession. As it turns out, Tim and Katie are both pretty adventurous. In the scene, they try out an assortment of things, played for laughs. The scene cross-cuts with Eric undergoing a pretty gross spiritual healing session, which adds to the literal toilet humor.
We fought for laugh track, and they said, no, this is a feature film for the theaters. Laugh track wouldn't make any sense.
Number 14, John Cena Dirty Talker, Trainwreck. Amy Schumer's romantic comedy Trainwreck was the comedian's first feature film writing credit and her breakout theatrical role.
Your article about how to talk your girlfriend into a three-way.
You read that one?
Yeah.
Wow.
Would you do that?
No.
No?
Oh, that got off the table quick.
She and co-star Bill Hader have great chemistry, and the film is quick-witted from start to finish. While Schumer and Hader shine, it's the athlete co-stars LeBron James and John Cena who arguably steal the show. Cena plays Schumer's character's gym rat boyfriend Steven. Though Steven is obviously a physical specimen, Amy finds their sex life rather dull. She tries to spice it up by encouraging him to talk dirty. The completely insane scene that ensues puts Cena on the map as a legitimately funny actor.
Can it not be about protein or energy or nutrition? Can you just talk about, like, sex stuff?
Number 13, a surprise guest. Zack and Miri make a porno. Zack and Miri could be the biggest sleeper in director Kevin Smith's filmography. Seth Rogen and Elizabeth Banks star as the eponymous Zack and Miri, best friends and roommates in a sleepy Pittsburgh suburb.
Just use the water out of the toilet.
There's poo in there.
After their high school reunion, they discover one of their classmates is now a gay adult star. Inspired by his success and a viral video of Miri, Zack persuades her to help him make an adult film. After a false start, they decide to shoot the movie at the coffee shop where Zack works. One of their shoots is interrupted by a drunk man, played by Tyler Labine, looking for a caffeine fix. He's so out of it that he completely misses the adult film he's walked into.
I need coffee, so I'm drive home.
Okay.
Thank you. He's a cute kitty.
Number 12, I Really Want You to Leave, Bridesmaids. Bridesmaids is easily one of the best comedies of the 21st century, and it's no wonder why. The movie has the perfect mix of clever and gross humor and an incredible ensemble cast.
Jesus, Megan.
I'm sorry, I want to apologize. I'm not even confident of which end that came out of.
One priceless addition is John Hamm, who plays the casual friend of Kristen Wiig's Annie. The film opens with a hilariously aggressive sex scene, followed quickly by the morning after. Instead of basking in the post-coital glow, Hamm's character rudely asks Annie to leave. Bridesmaids came out in the middle of the run of Hamm's hit drama Mad Men, which catapulted him to stardom. His comedy chops were shocking to a 2011 audience, and he plays the scene perfectly.
This is so awkward. I really want you to leave, but I don't know how to say it without sounding like a dick.
Oh.
Number 11, Limo Lovin', Hot Shots Part 2. For decades, writer and director Jim Abrams was parody film royalty. His credits include Airplane, Top Secret, and the first Naked Gun movie. In the 90s, he wrote and directed the parody sequel Hot Shots Part 2.
Colonel, who are they?
The Hot Shots movies were action comedies, skewering ridiculous 1980s action movies. It's no surprise that a Hot Shots sex scene would also provide a bit of roasting, poking fun at gratuitous scenes in action films. Charlie Sheen plays Topper Harley, a spoof of Rambo. Topper fights hard and plays harder, at one point seducing a beautiful woman in a limo before taking her back home. The scene is filled with one gag after another, a pinnacle of cheesy 90s comedy. Number 10, Hot Pie, American Pie. For decades, raunchy teen comedies have followed a familiar formula. A tightly bound group of teenage boys make a plan to lose their virginity.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're the one with the girlfriend and you're still stranded on third base.
Hey, at least I know what third base feels like, okay? You're still just a bat boy.
There is no better example from the 90s than American Pie. Jason Biggs stars as Jim, an average high school senior who's tormented by his own hormones. Jim is told that the feeling of a certain part of the female anatomy can be replicated by warm apple pie. When Jim's mom innocently leaves one out for him, Jim decides to take it for a ride. The funky music takes the scene over the top, as does Eugene Levy as Jim's dad.
Well, we'll just tell your mother that we ate it all.
Number 9, The Battle of the Bulge, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. When composer Peter Bretter is unceremoniously dumped by his actor-girlfriend Sarah, he is devastated. He spends weeks alone at home and turns borderline feral. In desperate need of a shakeup, Peter takes an impromptu vacation to Hawaii.
Checking in, my name's Bretter, Peter Bretter, but actually I don't have a reservation, just thought I'd take my chances.
Unfortunately, Peter, played by Jason Segel, eventually becomes hotel room neighbors with Sarah and her new rock star boyfriend. When Peter romances hotel concierge Rachel, he takes her back to his room for some adult time. Peter and Rachel enter into a kind of sex war with Sarah and her boyfriend Aldous. Each couple tries to outmoan and outmaneuver the other, resulting in one of the loudest and funniest sex scenes in film.
We come back here and you put on that ghastly performance. I mean, I've heard that women do fake orgasms, but I've never seen one. It really deeply upset me.
Number 8. Parody of Ghost. The Naked Gun 2.5. The Smell of Fear. In the second Naked Gun movie, Leslie Nielsen's Lieutenant Frank Drebin must investigate an explosion. Along the way, he comes face to face with his former flame, Jane, played by Priscilla Presley.
Well, I see a certain kitten still knows how to scratch.
Jane has a new beau, but eventually the fire reignites and the former couple reunite in the boudoir. In an absolutely ridiculous parody of the pottery scene from Ghost, Frank and Jane's foreplay involves incredibly messy fun with clay. From Frank's obviously fake abs to a seemingly unending string of sexual metaphors, the scene will go down as one of the most ludicrous in movie history.
I ran away from you once. I can't do it again. Will you stay with me? Please.
Number 7. Sex Education. Monty Python's The Meaning of Life. Monty Python's The Meaning of Life was the last of the sketch troupe's films to include all 6 members. Unlike the previous 2 Monty Python films, The Meaning of Life returned to the troupe's roots in sketch comedy.
Well, as we all know all about foreplay, no doubt you can tell me what the purpose of foreplay is.
One of the sketches takes place at a fancy British boarding school. John Cleese plays an exasperated teacher trying to teach a sex education lesson to a class of teen boys. Unlike real students who might laugh at the subject matter, the sketch treats sex education like any other class. The boys are distracted and couldn't care less about the lesson, even when their teacher demonstrates with an actual person.
Hello, dear. Do stand up. My wife enters the room, Carter.
Oh, sorry, sir. Sorry.
Number 6. The Racetrack Romp. Crank High Voltage. Sure, 2006 Crank took public fornication to the next level in Chinatown, but the sequel went even further. Jason Statham's character, Chev Chelios, falls out of a helicopter at the end of the first film, yet somehow, Chelios survives with the help of a new artificial heart.
Look, it's a wireless system, so any kind of low-level electrical shock to your skin should juice it at least temporarily.
Unfortunately, there's a catch. If he doesn't keep the battery juiced up, Chelios will die. Partway through the film, Chelios is told that the friction can help build up a static charge. His girlfriend Eve helps him at a horse track when he tells her he needs friction, proceeding to give him an intense lap dance in the middle of the stands. But they of course take things down to the track to give the crowd a real show.
Friction?
I'll give you friction.
Number 5. Stand-in scoring. Love Actually. In the Christmas classic Love Actually, Martin Freeman's character John finds romance in reverse.
By the way, he introduced me as John, but actually everyone calls me Jack.
Oh, fine. Nice to meet you, Jack. You got me right, though. I'm just Judy.
Great, just Judy.
He's a shy, polite Englishman who happens to be a stand-in during a sex scene on a film set. He meets the equally bashful Judy while they're both naked and fondling each other in front of a disinterested crew. The pair navigate the awkward situation by making small talk while transitioning from one sexual position to another. Unexpectedly, they find that they have a great deal in common. By the film's end, John works up the nerve to go to Judy's house and ask her on a proper date, despite the pair having already groped one another for work. They even end up engaged.
Hey, why are you two doing this? Might get a shag at last.
Naughty.
No, got to go.
Number 4. Boss Nightmare. Office Space. Between Office Space and Fight Club, 1999 was a year of films about disaffected office workers.
Wanna go to Chachki's? Get some coffee? Oh, it's a little early. I gotta get out of here. I think I'm gonna lose it.
Uh-oh. Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
In Office Space, Ron Livingston plays Peter, a bored programmer at a software company. He spends most of his days desperately trying to avoid his boss, the callous vice president Bill Lumbergh. Unfortunately for Peter, his fear of Bill is so pervasive that he can never escape him, even in his dreams. In one sequence, Peter imagines a sweaty Bill drinking coffee, having sex, and still managing to pester him for TPS reports. For Peter, nightmares about Bill would not be great.
I'm gonna need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. So if you could be here around 9, that would be great. Okay?
Number 3. Tootsie Pop. Scary Movie. Scary Movie is primarily a parody of the Wes Craven classic horror film Scream, which itself was a bit of a satire of slasher films.
I can, see your feet?
Okay, turn around. Close your eyes. No peeking.
The former put Anna Faris on the map and jump-started a long comedy career. The scene that cemented her comedic bona fides has her character Cindy having sex with her boyfriend for the first time. The scene starts off slowly, with a funny reference to the famous Tootsie Pop commercials. It builds with one insane visual gag after another, and ends with a finish so powerful, it launches Cindy into the ceiling. Not that we can really show it here.
Oh! Jesus! I never could wait to get to the chewy middle.
Number 2. Puppet Love. Team America World Police. Comedy duo Trey Parker and Matt Stone have been the kings of lowbrow comedy for over 2 decades. In 2004, they released an adult puppet comedy film, Team America World Police.
Gary, you can't go. Without you, the team is doomed. Remember, there is no I in Team America.
Yes, there is.
While the movie is a satirical slam of jingoism in the wake of the War on Terror, it includes plenty of graphic humor. The puppets let Parker and Stone mimic 80s-style sex scenes in bizarre and vivid detail. Future films like The Happy Time Murders would take inspiration from Team America and use puppets to take things further than they could otherwise with live actors.
I have something for that.
Hey, what's gotten into you?
I'm hoping you...
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Sex in the Cemetery, MacGruber. A Night at the Roxbury and The Ladies' Man expanded popular sketches from Saturday Night Live into full feature films. Following in that tradition, the SNL team released MacGruber in 2010.
No. Tag! You guys okay?
The sketch and film are parodies of the 80s TV show MacGyver, about a resourceful agent with a glorious mullet. In comedy, shock and dissonance are powerful weapons, and MacGruber leverages their full force in a sex scene. It begins with pure 80s romantic schlock, complete with candles, lace, smoke, and Mr. Mister's broken wings. It ends with Will Forte's MacGruber absolutely murdering the mood with grotesque grunting.
You're amazing.
I have to go.
Which sex scene made you lose control with laughter? Let us know in the comments.
It's doggy style. It's just the style. It's not like a dog. I don't have to go outside or anything.